Unlocking English. Mastering passive voice with modals and phrasal verbs. Hello language enthusiasts, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating area of English grammar, namely, passive voice with modals and phrasal verbs. Our focus will be on creating sentences using these elements, a skill that will tremendously improve your fluency and understanding of the English language. Before we jump into modals and phrasal verbs, let's take a quick look at the passive voice. In English, sentences usually follow the subject-verb-object structure, but in the passive voice, we reverse this to object-verb-subject. For example, instead of saying, "John ate the apple," active voice, we say, "The apple was eaten by John," passive voice. It's used when the focus is on the action, and not on who or what is performing the action. Modals are helping verbs that express necessity, possibility, ability, or permission. Some common modals are can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, and must. When using passive voice, modals can come before the main verb, which should be in the past participle form. For instance, the cake can be eaten, or the tasks must be completed. Let's try constructing a few sentences with modals in the passive voice. 1. The car can be repaired by the mechanic. 2. The news should be announced by the president. 3. These documents must be signed by the manager. Phrasal verbs are a combination of a verb and a preposition or adverb. They can be tricky, but with practice, you can master them. When a phrasal verb is in passive voice, it's separated by the object. For instance, the book was picked up by Lisa, or the project has been taken over by a new team. Now, let's create some sentences with phrasal verbs in the passive voice. 1. The room was cleaned up by the housekeeper. 2. The dog was looked after by the neighbor. 3. The problem has been figured out by the team. And that's it for today's lesson, folks. Mastering passive voice, especially when it involves modals and phrasal verbs, is a vital skill for proficient English communication. Practice makes perfect, so don't hesitate to create your own sentences and experiment with the structures we've discussed. Remember, we're here to support your language journey. See you in our next video. Happy learning!